No, I'm not going to show her. No, I made a choice a long time ago that I wasn't going to show her on social media. It's to respect her privacy. We're trying to keep her as private as we possibly can. Want to be the best mom for her and do right by her. And I will. She's going to be in a family full of love, and she is not going to know or have to experience the pain that I did. So.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard just set social media on fire with a surprise appearance on her TikTok Live, leaving fans buzzing. It's been a hot minute since she last went live, so when she did, she made sure to grab everyone's attention. But it wasn't just her unexpected return that had people talking, it was the revelation she casually dropped during the session. Gypsy explained her firm decision to never show her baby online, a choice that sparked plenty of reactions. However, what really turned heads was how she couldn't stop gushing over her little one, calling them very beautiful and sharing that the baby has her eyes and can already smile. Although it might seem endearing at first, there's something about that statement that made many people do a double take. Here's the reason why.
I'm not going to try to be a mommy influencer. I'm not going to try and post about her. That's just I'm a new mom. I'm protective of her, and there's just a lot of creeps out there, so it's just the best for her to keep her out of it.
Hold on, did Gypsy just reveal a timeline twist in her baby story? According to her, the little one was born on December 28th, which would make the baby just 21 days old. But here's where things get interesting. Scientifically, most babies don't start smiling until they're around 2 to 3 months old. So how is this newborn already flaunting Ken's smile? The revelation seemed to catch Gypsy herself off guard. She quickly backtracked, scrambling to clarify that the baby actually inherited Ken's sleep pattern. What do you think? Innocent mix-up, or is there more to this story?
I can tell you she is a beautiful baby girl. She is healthy. She has a head full of hair. She's so beautiful. I think she has my eyes. I think she has my eyes, but Ken's smile.
Talk about a moment that has everyone buzzing. It all comes down to a mix-up that some fans are calling very telling. Moments like these show just how tricky it can be to juggle two narratives, the one she keeps tightly under wraps and the polished version she shares with the world. Occasionally, though, those two worlds collide, and not everything adds up. Here's the kicker. If Gypsy did accidentally let something slip during her live, it might suggest that the baby arrived before December 28th, just as many of her critics have been questioning.
She's so beautiful. I think she has my eyes. I think she has my eyes, but Ken's smile. It's like her little mouth looks like Ken a lot.
It looks like Gypsy's timeline might be unraveling faster than anyone expected, with claims that her baby is already old enough to smile, a detail that directly clashes with her earlier statements. And just when you thought the drama couldn't get any juicier, alleged pictures of Gypsy's baby have started making the rounds online. Let's be real, though, these so-called leaks are likely just clickbait fueling the internet's obsession with her story. Gypsy has been firm about keeping her baby's face off social media, but speculation is rampant. Could she eventually cave under the pressure and share a glimpse? Some are betting it's only a matter of time.
Do we have leaked pictures of Gypsy Rose's baby? For the past week, I have been tagged in some version of the same post about this baby that supposedly is Gypsy Rose's. So I will show you a picture of the baby. Here she is drinking a bottle. Here's another still shot. Adorable, right? But look at this picture. You'll see clearly on the bottom, it talks about how the baby is a reborn doll. So in the video version of this post, it's a little doll that's moving, drinking, breathing even. So this is a highly evolved reborn baby doll. So those exist. And I think what the original poster was trying to convey here is how easy it would be to utilize a reborn doll in place of a newborn. But these dolls are so lifelike. They move, they breathe, they have mannerisms of that of an infant. So I looked them up. They're anywhere from $50 to $300 for these real baby-like dolls. And Gypsy has said we will not be seeing the baby anytime soon because they're adamant about not showing her to the public. This is for privacy reasons and safety reasons. However, a lot of people are skeptical of that. They feel like she will show the baby if the right offer comes along.
What's the real story behind Gypsy's baby drama? Gypsy began by claiming it was a natural delivery with the help of an epidural, which already had folks side-eyeing her timeline. Originally scheduled for an induction, she casually mentioned that her baby decided to arrive a little early. Sounds innocent enough, right? Well, not for her critics. Many are pointing out how vague this timeline feels, with some accusing Gypsy of using it as a smokescreen to hide details she doesn't want getting out. And let's be real, this isn't the first time Gypsy's stories have been met with skepticism. Over the years, her so-called versions of events have fueled countless rumors about her honesty. This latest revelation only adds more fuel to the fire, leaving fans wondering, is there more to the story than she's letting on?
Yeah, actually, I was supposed to have an induction. Thank you, Barbara. I was actually supposed to have an induction today. But she had other plans, so she came a little early.
While Gypsy revealed she managed to produce colostrum in the hospital, she admitted she couldn't produce enough milk to continue nursing her baby. The admission drew mixed reactions. Some sympathized with her struggles, while others accused her of once again playing the victim, a narrative that has shadowed her since her infamous trial. Critics didn't hold back, claiming that Gypsy might be using her new role as a mother as a fresh way to garner sympathy and stay in the spotlight. The controversy hit a boiling point during an especially awkward moment when she reflected on her own childhood. Referring to herself as a little innocent baby, Gypsy lamented the abuse she endured at the hands of her late mother, D. Blanchard. Although Gypsy's traumatic past is well documented and evokes undeniable empathy, some felt her comments came across as performative. Many believed she was trying to draw a parallel between her own victimhood and her struggles as a mother. It seemed as though she was using her child as a prop to highlight her own suffering. One commenter remarked, summarizing the unease shared by many.
I am not nursing, unfortunately. I did produce colostrum, so I was feeding her colostrum while in the hospital. But my milk never came in. Like my milk supply, everybody was like, "Your milk will come in a few days." And I pumped it. I was able to get a drop, and that's about it. So we're formula feeding her, and it's okay because as long as she's fed, that's all that matters. So, but I did try to breastfeed first.
Gypsy's latest live stream had viewers buzzing for all the wrong reasons. First, she took an unexpected turn into self-promotion, hyping up the new season of the Lifetime series inspired by her own life. But here's the kicker. She admitted she doesn't even have a way to watch the show herself. Fans couldn't help but wonder, is this genuine excitement or just another attempt to keep her name in the headlines? Then came the TikTok hacking drama, which only added to the frenzy. Gypsy confessed to falling victim to a phishing scam after clicking on a fake email from someone pretending to be TikTok. The result? She lost access to her account, and the hacker even demanded $400 to return it. While the story might have earned her some sympathy, critics weren't so forgiving. Many called out her lack of caution online, with one skeptical viewer bluntly asking, "She's 33 years old. How does she keep falling for these scams? How can we trust her judgment on anything at this point?"
After I had her, I shrunk back down. I was all belly. My belly was literally just all her.
Gypsy addressed the swirling TikTok rumors about her, dismissing most as nothing more than clickbait. But while she may have hoped for a clean slate, her blanket denial left many feeling uneasy. Critics weren't convinced. Some viewers accused her of deflecting criticism by leaning into the victim narrative rather than owning up to past mistakes or addressing specific allegations. Her plea for understanding, citing her stunted adolescence as a result of her traumatic upbringing, didn't land with everyone. Instead, skeptics saw it as a convenient excuse for what they've labeled manipulative or self-serving behavior. Gypsy wrapped up the live stream by painting herself as a relatable figure navigating the complexities of self-discovery. Yet not everyone was sold. "She's not relatable. She's calculated," one commenter fired back, claiming Gypsy is skilled at spinning her story to keep people hooked, but that her facade is starting to crack. What was perhaps intended to reconnect with fans seems to have backfired for many. Doubts about Gypsy's authenticity continue to grow, with critics pointing to her history of bending the truth and steering conversations to position herself as a victim. The question on everyone's mind: is Gypsy Rose Blanchard genuinely on a journey of growth, or just spinning another tale to stay in the spotlight?
Baby. and know that I was once a little innocent baby. And I don't understand how parents could hurt their kids. I just don't.
Gypsy's life seems to be unfolding like a Netflix drama, leaving fans to question where the truth ends and the performance begins. Whether intentional or not, she's caught in a tangled web of half-truths and self-crafted narratives, making it impossible to discern what's real and what's just another act. Adding fuel to the fire, the recent hacking debacle has only deepened the controversy. Gypsy shared how she fell victim to a phishing scam, losing access to her TikTok account as a hacker demanded $400 in ransom. For some, it was a relatable tale of digital misfortune, but for others, it was yet another example of what they saw as her reckless decision-making. How can someone so naive expect to navigate fame and motherhood responsibly? One critic questioned, summing up the skepticism that's been brewing around her.
I want to be the best mom for her and do right by her. And I will. She's going to be in a family full of love, and she is not going to know or have to experience the pain that I did. So,
Gypsy Rose went live for the first time since giving birth to her daughter, Aurora. In her live, she vowed to be the best mother she possibly could and that her baby wouldn't experience what she went through. And how proud she is of Ken, how she couldn't have picked a better partner and father for her child. How Ken stepped up overwhelmingly, doing things like changing diapers. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds in, Gypsy remembers it's time for the baby to be fed. As she bids us a farewell, she goes off on a long monologue for 5 more minutes.
Did Gypsy just confirm what everyone's been suspecting? The TikTok star's recent slip-up online has fans questioning if she's ready for life beyond the digital bubble. Gypsy's fiasco to follow even the most basic online precautions sparked fresh concerns about her ability to handle real-world challenges. But what really grabbed attention was how she ended the live. Addressing swirling rumors about her on TikTok, Gypsy didn't hold back, calling them 99.9% lies. Instead of putting the drama to rest, though, her bold dismissal seems to have done the opposite, igniting even more skepticism among fans and critics alike.
she is not going to know or have to experience the pain that I did. So,
Is she really a victim, or is it just another masterclass in deflection? Critics have been calling out her approach to scandal for years, and it seems like they're saying the same thing again. It's all a calculated act. Instead of tackling specific accusations, she continues to paint herself as the misunderstood victim. But is that the whole story? For many, it's clear. This isn't a one-time slip-up. They argue that she's not interested in coming clean, but rather controlling the narrative around her. The way she sidesteps key issues and instead focuses on her own perceived victimhood raises eyebrows. It's almost like the same tactics, recycled over and over. One viewer hit the nail on the head, commenting that her recent plea for grace felt anything but sincere. Instead of an honest reflection on her actions, it came across as a rehearsed excuse, just another way to deflect responsibility. Adding fuel to the fire, her attempt to explain away her behavior by blaming her sheltered upbringing didn't resonate with many. It felt like the perfect way to avoid accountability. Another shield she can hide behind when things get tough. So, is this just another chapter in her ongoing narrative? Or is she finally going to have to face the consequences of her actions?
yeah, the funniest thing is I don't have a way to watch Lifetime. Oh, thank you, Pam. Oh, well, that's cool. I don't have like cable or like direct.
Although she insists she is not doing this for money, but Lifetime does pay you. Lifetime offered to pay me for my content. I told them no, absolutely not. So, I mean, she is making money. So she is doing whatever she's doing for money. And she's also just checking in with her following, which even if she claims to be off social media, she still needs to do from time to time. But anyway, I digress. That's what I got from that whole thing. But remember, guys, always read between the lines, okay? You got to see what is not being presented to you to be able to actually see what's going on with GRB.
Gypsy's latest closing remarks have left fans divided, with many calling out her relatable persona as nothing more than a calculated PR move. As she wrapped up her appearance, Gypsy positioned herself as a figure on a quest for authenticity, declaring she was flawed but real. But instead of resonating with her audience, her words sparked a heated backlash from critics who weren't buying it. One commenter didn't hold back, saying, "She's not relatable, she's manipulative." It seems her attempt to appear vulnerable and down to earth may have backfired, with many questioning whether her sincerity was genuine or just part of a carefully crafted narrative. Gypsy's insistence on being flawed but real was clearly aimed at connecting with younger audiences who crave authenticity. But for many, it felt like a strategy, an attempt to tap into a buzzword that would make her more relatable. "She's trying to sell a story, not share her truth," one critic pointed out, suggesting that her message wasn't as raw or real as it was made out to be. While Gypsy might believe she's sharing her authentic self, the overwhelming response suggests her audience sees through the act. It raises the question, is this calculated move going to win her more fans, or is it going to push them further away? Only time will tell if she's truly on a journey of self-discovery or just trying to sell a narrative.
She assured us that in the past 2 weeks, her and Ken have grown and matured a lot. The chat comments are a mix of support, criticism, and humor. One person even suggesting that Gypsy go on to do a collaboration with Ash Trevino. Gypsy's admitting she's not perfect. She's acknowledging her past mistakes. But the example she gave next was not what I was expecting.
I'm not perfect. I know you guys have seen me make some mistakes and wrong choices and flub ups and embarrassing moments. Who remembers that video that I did in the fall when my fly was down on my pants? Like, that was embarrassing.
She seems to just downplay her crime, or not acknowledge it at all, just distance herself from it, like that is not what made her infamous, and will continue to kind of define her persona in the public eye.
Or anything. So I had called my friend Bree, and I was like, "Bree, do you have a way to stream this? Because I don't know how to see the the 6-minute or 5.5-minute clip that they had showed on Lifetime." So she had, she streamed it so I could see it. Yeah, my account got hacked, last month. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
While some might expect a fresh start to bring clarity and peace, critics are growing more vocal about what they see as a troubling cycle of half-truths and self-promotion that Gypsy can't seem to escape. Her recent live sessions, instead of offering insight or genuine connection, have come across as yet another performance. People who have followed her journey for years are starting to question whether her carefully curated moments of vulnerability and defensiveness are designed more to keep the conversation alive than to truly clear the air. It's as if Gypsy is playing a role, and the more she tries to manage her public persona, the more her authenticity comes into question. Though a dedicated fan base still supports her, it's clear that the cracks in her carefully crafted story are growing wider and harder to ignore. As Gypsy steps into her new role as a mother, it raises the question, is this really the fresh start she's been seeking, or is she simply caught in a cycle she can't break? The story she tells the world now may be just as complicated as the one that made her famous in the first place.
And this is a problem specifically because Gen Z is impressionable. These young girls that are looking up to Gypsy and trying to almost subconsciously or consciously model their behavior off of her, or seeing the outcome of what happened after, she was released for her crime. It almost felt like a social experiment, the reception she got and the celebrity status instantly and all the benefits subsequently from it, even though her co-defendant is sitting in prison for life. They see this. They're young, they're impressionable, and that is a problem. And the example I would give you is Carly Gregg, the 15-year-old girl that recently was sentenced basically to life, right? Yeah, I believe so, for pulling a gyp on her mother.
So, what do you think? Is Gypsy truly being honest with herself? Or is this just another layer of the mystery that keeps her audience coming back for more? Either way, this latest drama is far from over, and we can't wait to see what unfolds next. It's clear that Gypsy's online moments are always a roller coaster, and you definitely won't want to miss what happens next. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, comment, and let us know your thoughts. Share this with your friends, because trust us, they'll want to know what's going on too. And don't forget to subscribe for more juicy updates on all the drama you can handle. Stay tuned because we'll be back with the latest as it all unfolds.